things up a little bit every year.
Hi, Nicole. Welcome to the Open Mic Podcast. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. So people probably don't know who you are. Why don't you tell us what happened last Friday that kind of made you a little famous?
Well, I took the elevator photo of Onision that blew completely up.
Right. So there was two taken. You took yours on the 6th floor,
Mm-hmm.
and another person on the elevator with you took it on the 7th floor.
Yeah.
Those are the only two I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what you're doing in the courthouse that day.
We drove up there literally just to watch him because I heard it was a public meeting, so we could go.
It is very public. You're about an hour away, you told me?
Yeah, I am.
And how many years have you been following Onision?
Probably about the time that he came out on 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗚 with his banana thing, so it's been a good bit.
And then when did you stop being his fan?
Around when the Billy thing started coming up, looking at everything that he's done, plus some of the videos that he was doing in the past degrading other people kind of pushed me away too.
Okay. So you went just because you were a curious person.
Mm-hmm.
And as people know, courthouses are always open to the public.
Yeah.
And you told me before we went on to this interview that you were late to the courthouse that day.
I was. There was no parking at all.
It was a crowded day in Tacoma.
Yep.
And you were heading on the elevator to the 9th floor where the hearing was taking place.
Yes.
And the 9th floor came up, the doors open, and what happened?
Before we could even get off the elevator, Onision and like 3 other people rushed right into it. And then so instead of getting off, I just stayed because that's who we were there to see. So
you realized you missed the hearing at that point.
Yeah.
And you
I
thought,
had a feeling I was going to.
did you know it was him right away?
Oh, yeah. The hat and sunglasses was not a very good disguise.
No. And I'm sure we're gonna insert that into this video so people know which one you took, and you get full credit for that. When I first saw it, I thought this is going to go down in history. It was like this iconic picture. I was with the guys at my house actually getting ready to do some other stuff, and that picture came up and we were just cracking up. So he comes on the elevator. Did you make eye contact with him? Did you talk to him?
I talked to him. I asked him if he was having a good day and if we should expect a public freak out later.
And what did he say?
He didn't say anything. He thought I was filming him.
Were you filming him?
No, I just took a photo.
Okay, what made you take a photo?
Well, it was so unprepared, and I knew nobody would believe it.
Were you with anybody, or were you alone?
I was with my boyfriend.
Okay. So you guys rode down to the 1st floor and he got out?
Yeah, he ran out, left the building, gone.
How did he get into the elevator? Did he seem upset? Did he seem happy?
He seemed rushed, like he was rushing to get in there. He did not seem happy at all. He seemed stressed.
And he didn't say a word?
No. He just kind of made a smirk and glared, I guess, through his glasses.
Okay. And then you posted it when you got home, or from the courthouse, or?
I posted it from the courthouse. When we walked out, I posted it.
And it got some attention?
Oh, yeah.
How much attention?
I posted it in a small Onision group called Kai is Crying, and within 10 minutes, it was all over Twitter.
And unfortunately, you're getting some negative tweets, some negative messages.
A little bit, yeah.
And you posted one that I'm not going to share because it's really upsetting. But it was threatening. It was a little violent, or a lot violent, I should say, not a little violent. How does that make you feel?
I'm not worried at all. I mostly wanted to share it just to show what type of fan base he has and how his actions are, how his fans are responding to him.
Now, you think it was a fan, or do you think it was him? Because you mentioned that he's got a lot of fake accounts, which I have no evidence of, but that's something you believe, that he has a lot of fake accounts?
Yeah, it's just a rumor, but like half the people think it's him and then half the people think it's just a random fan.
The one that you've shared on your Twitter, what's your gut who that is?
The one on my Twitter, it was very violent, and I really think it could have possibly been him. It just seemed like the type of text he would have had.
But you're not fearful, you're not concerned?
Not at all.
Was that the only negative message you got?
I got a few telling me like off a little bit, but nothing that I felt the need it was a big deal.
That was the only violent one?
Yep.
And you outed that person. Did you report it to Twitter?
I haven't been able to report it because they're not on Twitter. It was a Facebook message, and they blocked me before I could, so it doesn't give me the option.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I assumed it was a Twitter message. It was a Facebook message. So you can report that to Facebook.
It won't let me. I can't pull up her information. I can't get onto her profile. It gives me no options.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, hopefully they will be done harassing you. I'm sorry that happened. What do you think is going to happen in this case? I'm just curious, as just a bystander who's been reading and watching everything, what do you think is going to happen?
I think he's either going to end up in jail at some point, or he's going to just lose all of his internet following.
Has that been going down, in your opinion? Have you been watching it go down, his following?
I've seen it go down a little bit, but I feel like after everything happens and once people get past the filter of him, it'll happen. It's going down quickly now.
Got it. Okay. Anything else, gentlemen? All right. So some of the speculation is, do you think he's going to just drop these harassment cases against 𝗬𝗢𝗏 and Chris Hansen, or do you think you think he's not done yet? What's your sense?
Well, I figured he wouldn't be done, but he had such a backlash going to court this first time. I feel like he might just lick his wounds a little bit.
Do you think he still has some supporters out there?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why, but yeah.
What do you think of those people?
I feel bad for them. I don't know how you can see all of the stuff and actual proof of it and still want to back him for it.
Right. Do you have a message to those fans that you want to say? Anything you want to say to them while you have a chance?
I just really wish you would look at him as a person and not as some internet person, because he's actually hurting people. He's not his little character on YouTube.
All right. Well, I appreciate you talking to me today. Thanks for the picture.
Thank you.
Keep up your photography skills. If you ever get anything in the future, feel free to shoot it over to me. And I hope that you do okay, and I hope you don't get any more negative, nasty messages.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole. Bye.
Bye.